Hey, how are you guys doing? So it's been a hot minute since I posted something, busy/lazy, but we got the new songs for Love Live Bluebird. They have the first solo songs for each of the girls. They will all have a second solo song, but the first ones that we got are given an MV. So I'm gonna go and rank my favorites. There are 10, one for each girl, and I'll tell you my current opinions on these songs. And of course, these might age poorly in the future, but I'm curious to see what you guys think about these songs. I'm sure we got a lot of very different opinions, but it's nice to have a lot of new solo songs and discuss what we think about them. And the nice thing about them is there's a lot of variety of different styles, and I am seeing quite a different variety of opinions on these, but I want to see what is the consensus for that. So of course I'll have a poll in the link in the description below, and I'll talk about it at the end of this video. First and foremost, I'm going to go and give you a preview of each of the solo songs. If you want to listen to the full version, I'll give you the link to the full MV where you can watch the full entire thing. I'm here to give you a snippet of it. After that, then I'll go over each individual song and explain how I feel about it. Without further ado, let's go and jump to the previews. So in 10th place, I have Home Run Queen by Miracle. So this song is, high energy. It goes really into the weeds of trying to make it very kawaii, cutesy. It's like Kasumi, except cranked up a little bit more, and I'm just getting extreme Kasumi vibes here. I guess that's what Miracle is trying to be. And, that's the kind of song it's trying to be, very cutesy and high energy. for those kind of people who like that kind of song, this is the kind of song for you. I would expect. Some people really like those kind of songs. I'm not as much. It's an okay song. I don't hate it. I just don't find it that interesting for me. It does what it's trying to accomplish, but that's not the kind of style I like. I briefly looked into the lyrics, and it looks like there's some element of talking about baseball, but more of like I like doing home runs rather than baseball, because this is not the kind of vibe you generally get from baseball. It is a sport, and you want to like go cheer on and all that things to hype for sports, but baseball's kind of not the most interesting sport, at least for me. Overall, I don't really care to listen to the song a whole lot more. It's not that really interesting to me. It's just a song I'll keep passing on. Then next up we have Little Green Inkai, I think how you say it, by Midori. So of course, if I already explained to you before, Midori, she is the green girl. She likes going green, saving nature. So how do they put it into a song? Well, I guess here it is. This song, especially look at the lyrics, it's talking about trying to save nature, and especially where you see lines like no plastic and all that stuff. So I'll give it points for that. I thought that's kind of interesting, and it's an alright song. Now, one thing I kind of find interesting is that for a girl who's interested about saving nature and stuff and being natural, why is her voice a little more auto-tuned than the other ones? I don't know, it just feels like it's cranked up a little higher. And I found that a little off-putting. I know they all do auto-tune, I get it, but it's just a little more noticeable to me. So I don't know, that's the little thing that bugged me a little bit. But for a song, it's a little cute. That's about what I'd say. Fine, it's probably not a word I could use, but it's a little more interesting than the other two songs for me. I see what they're going for. I don't know, a good message, but in the end, it's just alright. Now we move on to the first song that they did for Polka. It's Asakusa Guilty Girl no Uta. So this song really matches the kind of vibe that I was getting from her after her first reveal, not the first reveal image, which was supposed to be very much the opposite, where it was very sad. She has the very bright, I don't know, probably not smart girl kind of vibe, which I know, I guess we could pretty much guess that's what she is. But, I like that kind of positive song, decent energy, and it can be a little catchy. It's not my favorite song, it's not, but I think it does a pretty good job of matching the kind of positive attitude that she has, where, she sings fast and makes a decent melody out of it. So overall, I think this is a song that I wouldn't mind listening to. Definitely will probably go out my way to sometimes listen to the song, especially more than the ones before. And I would say I'm pretty happy with this one. Now we go to Pray for Love by Yukuri. This is definitely another song that I was not expecting. This one is a lot more intense, I guess very dramatic. Something I guess you potentially could see in a theater, which that's what she wants to do. And this is a song that you probably think it's a little more in line with, say, like Maze Town that Azuna did. I think I like it a little better than Maze Town, honestly. Maybe you think that's heresy for me saying, but I found this one actually genuinely kind of interesting. So this is probably the first song where I will genuinely consider listening to. This is a little bit more rare for me to listen. I think I'll try to listen to, but it does something unique, something different, and that's what makes the song stand out for more to me. Instrumental, I thought was a little more interesting. Just an interesting vibe that kind of really separates it from a bunch of other songs. So overall, this one, I gotta say, not bad, honestly. So now we get to Hibana Hibana by Hanabi. Hibana Hanabi is very similar in letters, very interesting. But this is the song I just had the most trouble nailing my rankings. So this kind of has a metal kind of vibe to it, especially when you listen to guitars and the drums. But it occasionally throws some synthesizers in there, and that changes it up a bit, more of a poppy kind of feel. I don't know, like, I don't really care that much for metal. I think the parts when they had the synthesizers kick in, I kind of like that part. The rest of it, it's decent, but I don't really care that much about metal. It's high energy, and there's some traditional Japanese elements in there in terms of the instrumentation, but not a lot. And that's kind of what I was expecting from the Kimono Girl. So I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of that. So I don't know how well she truly vibes with this kind of song. Her voice is fine. I don't know if it's the best one to do it, but I don't know. I expect this to be popular with a lot of people. Not as much for me, but I do see a lot of merits of this song. It's fast, it's flashy, it's got a high tempo. The MV can be flashy with all of its movements and all that. I'm not as big as a fan as that, but it does look neat. Like, I'm not gonna argue against that. And I think she has a pretty good voice. I don't know if this is the right genre per se. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe listening to more kind of songs will prove me wrong otherwise. And I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. Personally, for me, I was maybe hoping for a little more traditional Japanese elements. Maybe slow down the melody. Make the instrumentation a little more interesting than, just strumming the guitar like crazy. Because that's kind of how metal songs work. So, I don't know. I have a lot of conflicting opinions on this one. I don't know. I get kind of confused here, but there are some parts of it that I like. In general, most of the song, probably I wouldn't like it and put it this high, but I did kind of like the synthesizers and what they add to the song. That makes the song more interesting for me to listen to. So in the end, I don't know, I'm confused. That's all I can really say. Maybe this would be higher or lower, but I think this song needs more time for me to really nail how I feel about it. So now I'm going to Itsuka Ao by Akira. I have seen some of you guys on the Discord already put out your opinions on the song, and a lot of you were not a big fan of the song apparently, and I don't know, I can kind of get it, but I appreciate the song a little bit more. So I know a lot of people don't really care about Akira, but I saw some things that I liked from her, but she's got a pretty good voice. I don't know if this is a hot take for me, but I kind of like the song, genuinely do. I don't think it does anything that really, really, truly stands out or does something very different with the styles or anything like that. And I can see some people might think the song is generic or boring. But I think the instrumentals are solid. It's got a nice melody with it, on top with good vocals. I think it makes a decent overall experience. It could be potentially like an, anime opening ending kind of theme. Not probably the most exciting one out there, but I think this is just a solid entry. I don't think it really truly stands out amongst the crowd, but I think this deserves to be given more appreciation. So I'm going to put it in this place. In fourth place, I have Aurora-san Kimi wa Yoru no Polaris, or Polaris. Honestly, I was not expecting myself to put it this high, but I kind of find the song catchy. I'm a little shocked by that. Like, it just sometimes just comes out of my mind when I'm just at work. It's like her voice can be a little high pitched at times for me, but I don't know, this song kind of got stuck in my mind a bit. This is probably the first song on the lowest rated song I'll probably put on my phone. Listen to a lot more going forward. I just find this song pretty catchy. Like, I think this song could be a solid song for like a cutesy rom-com or something like that, for an opening theme or something like that. I think this is just a pretty nice song, honestly. It wasn't what I was expecting, but I kind of like it, so I'm going to give it 4th place. 3rd place goes to Koi no One-Time Password, and wow, where did this come from? So Noriko, I didn't really have crazy high opinions on her initially, but dang, this song is kind of good. The jazzy vibes, the instrumentation, this is genuinely pretty catchy. I wasn't expecting this whatsoever, and I'm glad to be wrong here. Like, they had the trumpets in there, right? It's almost like kind of light jazz or something in that realm. It just, the instrumentation, it really adds to the atmosphere of the song that create something that I thought is pretty neat. So overall, I'm happy with this song. This is genuinely a song I'll probably listen to a decent amount once I get the song on my phone. In second place, I have my song, Public Style. I'm not really sure what a public style is, the style you have in public, but I like this song. This one really vibes with me. I know a lot of people don't care for Mai, and I was like, I don't know, man, I think there's something there with Mai, and boy, was I right here. I think this one is a very solid song. It's so catchy, and I love what they did with the instrumentation here. It's kind of got almost like the 8-bit or synthesizers, a kind of element that I can vibe with a lot, and I think it comes out intense, it hits hard, and I think Mai adds very well to this song. This song really stuck out to me, and I really liked it, and for the longest time it was number 1 on my list. But which one beat that? So in first place, I have Ikata Kunai Every Day. And wow, I guess the song came out of nowhere. This was the song that literally came out today, but I listened to it a lot today, and I genuinely think it might be even better than my song, which I had number 1 for pretty much the whole time. But this song is so catchy, and I think she might have the best vocals out of them all. Yes, it's just one song, but like, she has really good vocals. The song's so catchy, and there's some interesting things that happen with the lyrics here. Like, so Love Live has an interesting history, which I guess a short history of using curse words, and they use it 3 times in this song. So that's interesting. And also, so when you get to the chorus, they have the parts where she starts the chorus with Blue Monday, and then it goes Blue Tuesday, and then it goes Blue Wednesday and Blue Thursday. So what's next? That's right, Blue Sunday. And what's after that? Blue Candy, and then Bluebird. So I guess that was interesting. They had Bluebird labeled in the lyrics. That's the name of the project, Bluebird. So I'm like, oh, I guess that's interesting to have that there. But what happened to Blue Friday or Blue Saturday? The song has every day in there. So I'm like, why is it Blue Candy then? You had the space to do that, but whatever. Honestly, really solid song. I like this one a lot. I'm definitely going to be listening to the song a lot more, especially tomorrow. This song is really catchy. I like this one a lot, and it generally might say number 1. We'll see. Public Style has good chance of fighting for it. This requires a lot more time for me to really iron out the rankings, especially the ones that are nearby each other, but I like the song a lot. So those are my rankings for the soul songs that got MVs for Love Live Bluebird so far. Of course, my opinions can change, but of course, now it's time for you guys. Let me know your opinion. So click the link in the description below. There's be the poll. This is what it looks like. I gave you a link to all of the MVs if you want to watch it there. But in the first page, enter your demographics if you care. If you don't, that's fine. And then I'm going to ask you for your top 5 of these songs. So 1 being your favorite, and 5 being your 5th favorite. And then I'll assign points based on where they're ranked, and I'll put them all together. So go ahead and put together. You can change this over time as long as the poll's still open, so you don't have to be 100% sure now once you participate, but please do participate and get our people to participate. The more the merrier. And once you're done, you can go ahead and hit submit. But hopefully all the information put there helps you out to get a more informed decision. And I'm just curious to see what you guys think about these songs. If you don't want to do the poll, that's fine. I'm still interested to see your favorites just in the comments below. Of course, you don't have to agree with my opinions. That's fine. My opinions are based on my personal bias, and some of you might think it's trash, and probably it is. But this is based on what I have listened to so far. So just to give you a general idea, out of all these songs, probably the only one I'm not going to really listen to is Miracles. I don't really care for that song that much. Then Midori, I did put her at 9. I'm fine with her song. Maybe I'll listen to once in a while, but that's not that reasonable. Pray for Love Plus. So basically we have about 8 songs that I'm going to be more interested in listening to more. Pray for Love had an interesting style. I kind of like that. Hibana is the one I need to listen a lot more to really get my feelings on it, because there's some things I like and some things I don't care as much for. So it's kind of a where does the mix and balance make it based on rankings? That's what I have most trouble with. And then, especially once we get to 4th and above, that's the songs I'm really going to listen to a lot. Though, It's Cloud, I think it's underrated. I will listen to it more, but I think you guys should do it as well. We have Aurora, her song's pretty catchy. I'm going to listen to that a little bit for sure. And then we have My Public Style's a really nice song. One Time Password was it with Noriko. That's a really nice song too. But I'm gonna listen to Shion's a lot. That song has been very, very good for me, but dang it, they're trying to get me demonetized with those lyrics, aren't they? Very interesting choice, but I like the song despite the fact that they got a little creative with the lyrics, let's say. But overall, I think this is a pretty dang solid one. For an album with all these solo songs, there's genuinely a lot of good ones out here. And don't be surprised when I put a handful of these near the top of my favorite songs for the year. Like, Shion easily can do very well, especially with My Public Style. Those are really hard hitters. Nautical is pretty good too, just a little bit behind them. These are a lot of good songs, and I'm pretty happy to see the songs that they had so far for Love Live Bluebird. Of course, I'll have to listen to the B-side songs that come on all these, which I haven't really, or I don't even know we know that many at all. But it's really exciting, and we'll have to see what the future holds for Love Live Bluebird. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below, and hope to catch you guys in another video soon.